Can you re-engineer a PAF? We're back again. This is the original wire used in the 50s, late 50s, the 42 gauge plain enamel made by MWS in America. We're going to load a few bobbins and let's see what happens. We're going to solder the hookup wire and use the identical paper we call this a cricket bat. You'll see why. Watch. We create a cricket bat here, right? Your wire runs down there, look, right? Then that kind of sticks in the bobbin, you'll see in a minute. Watch. We call this a cricket bat. So we've created a cricket bat, we've soldered our wire on. This is the bobbin. The unique thing about a built-right bobbin in the 50s was it had a hole at the bottom and a hole at the top. That's why you can see the wire here. Now, the wire at the hole at the bottom was the same as the top, but it was used for this. To thread this down here and bring our wire down here. And what we use, sometimes, let me get this right. They use the longer wire than this, but I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. There's our hookup wire, ready to go in the machine. Hi, this is the slug side, which should have an hourglass wind. Obviously we're trying to recreate this using an old original winding machine from the Philips factory that used to do TV transformers from 1950s from Durham. But it's a transformer winding machine, it's a winder. The bobbin's in the winder. We're going to wind this at approximately 3000 RPM for a nice tight coil, and it'll be the slug side, which is the 101 winder, which created an hourglass sort of coil. Let's look at it at the end. The slug side, which replicates the 101 winder with the hourglass or the wine glass belly, and there's 5,000 turns of wire on there, plain enamel. This is the slug side. As you can see, there's a black start and finish wind. We will be back shortly showing you the screw side, and then we will assemble the parts. This is the screw side as the 102 did. As you can see, the mechanical wind is kind of flat across, a kind of uniform wind. Hopefully we'll be back shortly to show you a build. Welcome back. This is the sum and total of the parts we've assembled. We've wound the bobbins. I nearly said rewound. You've got the slug side, you've got the built-right bobbin for the slug side, you've got the screw side built-right bobbin, you've got the Phillips screws, the maple splice, the rough cast mag, the keeper bar, the vintage base plate, brass Phillips screws, and the hookup wire, which is a braided wire. We've pre-assembled some of the parts and we're going to assemble it. We're going to fit the rough cast magnet, the A5 magnet, but however we need to make sure that the screw side south and the slug side is north. How we do that, we use a polarity tester. So if we go over the top, we should have black, white. So there you have your white is north and your black is south. So that's how you know screw side south, slug side north. Held together with 4 brass Phillips screws. Screwed in carefully and just nip tight. Here is the base plate, vintage nickel plated, the A5 magnet, cable bar, maple splice, slug, screw side butyric bobbins, braided wire, the connection wires which we're going to connect next and then do a test. We've assembled the pickup, soldered the wires together with the correct paper tape. This is a roll of the correct paper tape. We're going to put the pickup together. Normally you'd push the wire in here like this. You tuck that little baby down there. Then we use 2 layers of paper tape just to make sure it doesn't actually come into contact with a cover, which we normally recommend to fit the cover actually. And 90% of all the pickups I've ever seen, they do this. I don't know why. You've got like a little crossover point here. It comes around and it kind of protrudes here. So you kind of have this effect. So we've finally built a pickup. So can we create a PAF? We've taken all the steps that we can to source the original materials. We have an old winder. We've sourced materials that we feel would benefit the sound rather than cheapness. We are going to bench test these in a Les Paul and bench test them against an original set of PAFs that I actually own. We'll see you in the next video. I look forward to this.